Hello, YouTube. It is me, it is Jess, I am back. For a while I thought one of my first videos I was gonna film was probably about my veganism or my depression or I don't know, something like that. But as I was kind of getting ready for the weekend, getting all geared up, I realized that I kind of want to start with something fun, kind of something interesting, that kind of describes what my living situation is like right now, what my life is like right now. So I decided to tell you a story of something that happened to me recently because of Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo, you know, on the internet, as we all probably have. Everyone's talking about her like crazy. And I was like, who's this? What that? What are you talking about? Well, when I looked up and they were like, oh, spark joy, all that stuff about finding things that make you happy, I was like, oh my god, because my closet for a while was an absolute wreck. I've told you guys that I'm planning to lose weight. Well, half the stuff in here used to be stuff that didn't fit me anymore, and I was holding on to because I thought, hey, maybe I can lose weight and wear them again. But ultimately, you know, I'm a lot older than I was back when I was the size I want to be, and I'm probably not gonna have that style when I do get, you know, back down to the weight I want to be. And so, yeah, I was like, as much as I want to keep these clothes because they have sentimentality, they don't give me joy because I'm looking at them and I'm like, damn, I can't fit that. So, yeah, I went to town. Everything is stuff that I can wear now, that fits, that I like to wear. And just stuff that I actually could grab anything and still wear it. That all took me about a day to do all of the clothes stuff. I don't have too much, but you know, as it is with being a female, like, you have work clothes, you have comfortable clothes, and then you've got like clothes that you'll actually wear out. Oh, hi, Legolas. There's not a creeper in the back corner of my room. I'm just a creeper with a Legolas cutout. So that took the whole first day, and it was like a Saturday or something because I have Saturdays and Sundays off. So I was like, okay, and then I was just super jazzed. I was so excited. I loved how it felt. I love cleaning out and being able to donate stuff, and I love the whole idea of only keeping the things that make you happy, because that's just how your house should be. Your house should be full of things that make you happy, right? Second day, I'm going through all this. I'm going through my jewelry, I'm going through my bookcases. I've got bookcases of all these tchotchkes, Hello Snorlax. You know, I got all this stuff, right? So second day, I'm kind of going around, but there's not as much of this stuff that I want to get rid of because a lot of it does have sentimentality and does give me joy. Like, yes, when I touch this, I feel so much joy. Pizza Party Barbie, so much joy, you know? Like, day 2, a little less successful. I was still bit by the Marie bug because I was also watching a TV show. I was watching people go through their house and completely tear everything apart, and there was also stuff in the kitchen. I was like, oh, I could totally take care of that. So I was like walking through the house, kind of doing what I could, but at the end of the day, like, half of the stuff in the house wasn't mine. It was my boyfriend's. So, you know, while I was still getting rid of a lot of the stuff in the main living areas, there was still a lot of stuff around that I was like, I want to put this away, or we don't need this, or we don't whatever. And at the end of the day, you know, when I asked him about it, he's like, oh, I still want this, or oh, I still want that. And I'm like, okay, I guess we'll keep it. We don't need it, but whatever. You know, we have a big house, so we don't have to worry about it. So that closes out day 2. I'd still done a lot of good work. I was still very happy with it. I felt good. A little less accomplished. Day 3 rolls around. Now that's a Monday, so I was at work. And I'm sitting at my desk, and all I can think about is what I want to do when I get home. The things I can get rid of, the things I can move, the new containers, like all these little containers I just wanted to buy off of the internet, and I did actually buy a whole bunch of things off Amazon, which is like the worst thing in the world for people like me who just get these things in their craw that they suddenly want to do stuff, you know? So I go on Amazon, I'm buying these little things, I'm getting ready to organize, and then I come home and I'm like, okay, well, this is all good. You know, my like medicine drawer is organized, but there's still like half of the apartment I'm not happy with. It is not sparking joy. I'm like, dang, you know, I've been bitten by the bug, but now I have no outlet. So I'm like, what do I do, right? So naturally, I talked to my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, you know, I think that this is a really great thing. We should maybe watch an episode together or whatever. Of course, I couldn't get him to do that because it's a girly show or whatever. It's not. It's not. Just go watch it. She's a gem. She is like a national treasure, and she's not even from here. So, like, I don't know. Fine. He doesn't have to, you know, KonMari with me. But I was just like, hey, can you get rid of some of this stuff I know we don't use, or I know that, like, we have 6 of, and he's like, oh, well, I'll do it on my day off, or, oh, I'm too tired now, or, you know, and all the typical excuses that I had been kind of facing in our relationship. So I was like, okay, but I still had all this KonMari energy, like, built up inside of me, just ready to come out. I was just like, man, but I just really don't want to live with this crap, you know, like, this makes me unhappy. And as someone with panic disorder and depression, having a place at home that makes you comfortable, that makes you happy is so important, because you need to feel happy in your home, because you need to rejuvenate after you get off work or come home from wherever you are, you know? So I'm like at a stalemate basically. And I just kept thinking the whole rest of the week, like, I don't know what to do. I'm just not happy, you know? And I think there were a lot of things in the relationship that I kind of didn't know that I wasn't happy about until, like, it was put into my face. You know, kind of how you have that friend that tells you something that you don't realize is going on, and then you're like, oh, you're right. Marie Kondo was that friend for me. I mean, to be fair, and I know there's probably friends watching this that are like, I told you I didn't like him. Yes, I know that. But also, for whatever reason, I think the tendency is to think that, you know, everyone you love deserves Prince Charming. They don't exist. So I kind of took all of that for a grain of salt. But when Marie Kondo came around and was like, you should be happy in your home, I realized how unhappy I was. But I let it kind of dwell, because I was like, I don't want to make rash decisions. And then I finished the TV show. And I had no more Marie Kondo in my life. Like, no more new KonMari examples to at least get that energy out with. And I just sat down and I was like, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. So sure enough, I took him aside and I talked to him. And like I said, there were other things in the relationship that I wasn't happy about. It wasn't just about, you know, not having a clean space or having one too many, you know, pots and pans. Like, it wasn't about that. It was there were other issues that I was kind of hiding from because I liked our living situation. Well, now that I wasn't happy with our living situation either, there wasn't a point with putting up with it anymore, right? So I talked to him, and he actually handled it really well when I was like, hey, I don't think we do good living together. He's like, oh, you know, I think you're right. And then I mentioned the whole stuff about how being somebody with panic disorder and with depression, like, they need to feel comfortable in their home. And he's like, honestly, like, I've been thinking about that. Like, you weren't having panic attacks like you have been having until I came around. And I was like, damn, son, like, that is incredibly true and also terrifying. Like, what if it's this that's causing all of my panic issue? So, sure enough, he moved out. I KonMari'd my boyfriend. All this stuff, while there's still sometimes a mess and whatever, all this stuff is mine, all this stuff makes me happy, and guess what? If something doesn't make me happy, like this piece of junk right here, I can just say bye, you know? I don't have to worry about, you know, it affecting somebody else or having somebody push back and then causing me more frustration. So now my house is absolutely happy. I have a hammock out here instead of crap. There's, you know, he's happy. We're happy. There's trash on the floor. I gotta put it away. That's fine. I can do it, you know? The thing that is in the house now is manageable by me and just me. And I am so happy. So happy, and I could not recommend Marie Kondo more. I have to say, the whole idea of if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it, should apply to every single aspect of your life. God bless Marie Kondo. She got me out of a bad situation because a lot of other stuff kind of came to light after he moved out that, you know, I wasn't happy with, that was really bad. So, yeah, that's the story of how I Marie Kondo'd my boyfriend and took my life back over. So if you haven't watched her show on Netflix, I think it's still on there, go do it. It's a gem. She's a gem. And yeah, there you go. If you also love Marie Kondo and you have had success with Marie Kondo, go ahead and press the like button and leave a story down below if you have one. And I'd love to hear about it, about the success that you've had, because it's just such a good feeling to have only things that you love in your house. And I hope you are having a great day. I hope you're experiencing joy in your life, and I will see you again soon. Bye.